All right, everybody, welcome back to another deep dive.
Yeah, excited to be here.
You know, I'm really pumped about this one.
This is a fun one.
It is a fun one because we are doing something a little bit different today.
A little bit of a twist.
We are going to be giving you all a sneak peek
Sneak peek, that's right.
into our new segment, which we're going to be doing on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, yep.
Called Altcoin Alley. And so in Altcoin Alley, we're going to be doing book reviews and really diving deep.
Oh, yeah, some deep dives into
these books about cryptocurrency.
That's right. And the book that we're going to be talking about today is actually the first book we're going to be covering.
Yes, it is.
On Altcoin Alley.
I'm so excited to get into this.
Really?
So the book is called The Crypto Compass, Charting Your Path in a Digital World by Theo Quantum.
Great book.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, fantastic primer for anybody that's like, oh, I kind of hear about this crypto thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it all about?
Yeah.
This is a book for you.
Totally. And, you know, for our purposes, for today's deep dive, we're going to be focusing on Chapter 3 of this book, which gives us a really good overview of just kind of the major players in the crypto space.
Yeah, it's a great overview.
And I was really impressed with how the author really made everything so clear.
Yes.
Like, it didn't feel like a textbook.
Yeah, it's engaging. It's a good read.
It really is.
It brings it to life.
Okay, so
Yes.
speaking of bringing it to life, we got to talk about Bitcoin.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. We got to start there.
The OG.
The OG.
Like, where would we be without Bitcoin?
I don't know. The world would be a very different place.
I mean, I guess back in 2009.
2009, when this
That's right.
mysterious figure,
Mysterious figure, right?
Satoshi Nakamoto,
Unleashed it
that's right, put it out into the world.
into the world. And it really was like a game changer, wasn't it?
It was. It's
Like,
not
it established really that foundation
Absolutely.
for what a decentralized digital currency could look like.
Absolutely, because for the first time ever, we have a digital currency that's operating completely independently of any government or any financial institution.
Right, and it's interesting, too, because Bitcoin was designed to have a fixed supply.
That's right. That's right.
So there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins.
21 million, that's it.
And I think that that scarcity,
Yeah.
combined with the fact that it's decentralized, is what leads a lot of people to compare it to digital gold.
Yeah, digital gold, exactly.
Like, it's a potential hedge against inflation.
For sure.
But, you know, it's not without its challenges.
Oh, of course not. Everything has challenges.
And I know the book talked about some of the limitations.
Yes.
Particularly with transaction speeds and fees.
Absolutely, because Bitcoin's network, it can only process a limited number of transactions per second.
Right.
So that can lead to some delays, especially during times when there's a lot of activity on the network.
Yeah, when everybody wants to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, everybody's FOMOing into Bitcoin, and that can definitely slow things down.
Totally. And I remember reading in the book about how, you know, as the demand for Bitcoin increased,
Yes.
so did the fees to actually process those transactions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's where solutions like the Lightning Network come in, which basically it creates like this layer to,
Oh, interesting.
on top of the Bitcoin blockchain.
Yeah.
To basically allow for faster and cheaper microtransactions.
Yeah.
So that's a really fascinating example of just how the crypto world is constantly evolving to overcome these obstacles.
Right, and improve its utility.
Exactly.
And it's so cool to think that, like, Bitcoin's limitations,
Yeah,
in a way, like, sparked the creation of this whole new generation
absolutely.
of cryptocurrencies.
Totally.
With Ethereum kind of leading the charge.
Leading the charge, that's right.
So tell us a little bit about Ethereum.
Yeah, so Ethereum is interesting because it goes beyond just being a digital currency like Bitcoin.
Okay.
It's actually like a programmable platform that allows developers to build and deploy what are called DApps, or decentralized applications.
Okay, so you can build on top of it?
You can build on top of Ethereum. That's exactly right.
Gotcha.
And that's where this concept of smart contracts comes in,
Yeah.
which are basically these self-executing contracts
Okay.
that automate transactions that can be really complex transactions.
Interesting.
And they do it without the need for any kind of intermediary like a bank or a lawyer.
So instead of having to rely on a third party
Yep,
to handle the transaction,
that's right.
you can essentially code
Yeah,
the terms of the agreement directly into the blockchain.
directly into the blockchain. Exactly.
So that's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. I mean, when you think about it,
Yeah.
it's really powerful technology.
It is powerful. And can you give me a real-world example of
Sure.
how this is actually being used?
Yeah, absolutely. So a good one is in the world of what's called DeFi, or decentralized finance.
Right.
So like imagine you want to get a loan, but you don't want to go through a bank.
Okay. Yeah.
With these DeFi platforms like Above,
Right.
you can actually borrow or lend cryptocurrency directly with other users, and it's all governed by these smart contracts.
Oh, wow.
And that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And then another really exciting application is in the realm of NFTs.
Ah, everybody's talking about NFTs these days.
That's right, which are these non-fungible tokens,
Yes.
which are basically these unique digital assets
Yeah.
that represent ownership of something,
Right.
whether it's digital or even physical.
Oh, wow.
And there are platforms like OpenSea that use smart contracts to basically enable the creation, the buying and selling of these NFTs. And it's really revolutionizing the way we think about ownership in this digital age.
It really is. I mean, like, this is all
It's a whole new world.
like the internet in its early days, right?
Exactly.
There's so much potential and so many possibilities.
Absolutely. Still early. Who knows where it's going to go?
And from what I understand, Ethereum is undergoing a pretty major upgrade right now.
It is, yeah.
And part of that is to try to address
Yes.
some of the scalability and environmental concerns
Yes,
that are
exactly.
being raised.
You're right. Ethereum 2.0. That's what they're calling it.
Okay.
And that's looking to really improve the network's efficiency
Okay.
and also reduce its energy consumption
Yeah, that's a big one.
by basically transitioning to something called a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism.
And remind me how that's different from.
Yeah, so that's different from Bitcoin, which uses this proof-of-work system, which is very energy intensive.
Right.
But this proof-of-stake is much more energy efficient.
Okay.
So it has big implications for just the environmental impact
Totally.
of blockchain technology in general.
Really makes it more sustainable in the long run.
Much more sustainable for the future, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, gotta think about that.
All right, so we've talked about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We've talked about Ethereum.
Yeah.
But let's move beyond those two big players for a second.
Okay.
Because the book also goes into the world of altcoins.
It does, that's right.
And there are a lot of altcoins out there.
Oh my goodness, there are thousands of altcoins.
So tell me a little bit about this universe of altcoins.
Yeah, well, the beauty of the altcoin space is really its diversity.
Yeah.
Like each altcoin is kind of like a specialized tool.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a toolbox.
It's like a toolbox. It's
Yeah.
designed to address a specific need
Right.
or solve a particular problem.
Okay. I like that analogy.
So, for example, you've got Litecoin,
Litecoin.
which really focuses on faster transaction speeds than Bitcoin
Okay.
because it uses a different hashing algorithm,
Interesting.
which allows for these quicker block confirmation times.
Okay. So it's all about speed.
All about speed with Litecoin.
Gotcha.
And that makes it a good option for things like micropayments or even point-of-sale transactions where you really need that speed.
Yeah. If you're waiting for a cup of coffee.
You don't want to be waiting 5 minutes for your Bitcoin transaction to go through.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you've got Ripple
Ripple.
or XRP, which is actually specifically designed to facilitate cross-border payments
Oh, interesting.
between financial institutions.
Uh-huh.
And the goal there is to make these transactions faster,
Yeah.
cheaper,
Yeah.
and more efficient than using traditional methods.
Like Swift and all that.
Exactly, like get rid of all those old antiquated systems,
Right.
make it much smoother.
Totally.
And then you have another one, Cardano,
Cardano. Okay.
which really takes this research-driven approach
Okay.
that really prioritizes security and sustainability.
So each one has its own kind of specific focus.
Exactly, and strengths and weaknesses.
Right. So it's not about just like picking a winner.
No,
It's really about understanding
that's right.
what each altcoin brings to the table.
Exactly. Horses for courses, as they say.
Yeah. And how they all fit into this larger
Yes.
crypto ecosystem.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that it's a constantly evolving ecosystem.
Right. It's always changing.
Always changing. New altcoins are emerging all the time.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. So we've got to talk about stablecoins
Yeah, we do.
because they play a really crucial role
You do.
in addressing one of the biggest challenges with crypto in general,
Which is?
volatility.
Ah, yes.
So tell me a little bit about stablecoins.
So stable coins, their goal is basically to offer the benefits of digital currencies.
Okay. So that.
The fast transactions, the low fees, global accessibility,
Right.
but without the wild price swings
Yeah.
that make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies so risky.
It's a lot for some people.
It can be very volatile.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart.
So how do stablecoins manage to stay stable?
So there are a couple of different approaches.
Okay.
Some stablecoins like Tether are pegged to a fiat currency,
Right.
like the US dollar.
Gotcha.
So basically for every Tether in circulation, there's supposedly a corresponding US dollar held in reserve.
Okay.
that's backing its value.
Okay.
And then you have other ones that are known as crypto-collateralized stablecoins,
Okay.
which are backed by reserves of other cryptocurrencies.
Oh.
So it gets a little bit more complex, but it essentially uses algorithms and smart contracts to maintain their peg to a specific value.
It sounds like stable coins could really be a key bridge between the traditional financial world and the world of crypto.
I think they are,
Especially for things like international remittances or even everyday purchases.
Right, exactly.
And I know that they're being used for those purposes already.
They are.
But it's important to remember that they're not without their own risks and challenges.
No, of course not.
There's concerns about transparency.
Yes, regulation. Yeah. And even just the long-term stability of some of these mechanisms.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's complicated.
Well, we've only just scratched the surface.
We have.
But unfortunately, we are out of time for today's deep dive.
We are.
But this is just a taste.
Oh, a little taste.
Of what the Crypto Compass has to offer.
That's right.
And don't forget, you can catch the full Altcoin Alley book review.
Every Wednesday. That's right.
Where we're going to be diving deeper into specific topics.
That's right.
Uncovering some trends.
Yes.
And hopefully helping all of you out there listening.
Yeah. Helping you all navigate this crazy world.
Of crypto.
That's right.
So until then,
we
would love to hear from all of you.
What do you think?
What part of the crypto world intrigues you the most?
What are you excited about?
And why?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
We'd love to hear from you.
And be sure to join us next time for another deep dive.
Oh yeah, always more deep dives.
Into a completely different topic.
That's right, we'll be exploring something new.
So stay curious, everyone.
Stay curious.
See you all next time.